Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is one of the reasons our Earth is warming. So, efforts are now underway to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide being released. But a quick reduction of carbon emissions is something that cannot be done overnight. That's tonight's subject as we look at climate change and the Wabash Valley. Here in the Wabash Valley, most of the electricity we use is generated by coal-fired power plants. And coal mining has been big business in southwestern Indiana for more than a century. Now the Wabash Valley's coal industry is faced with the reality of climate change. Bruce Stevens, president of the Indiana Coal Council, says they understand.
Many scientists say that climate change is occurring. We believe that, obviously there's a lot of interest in it.
But dealing with the problem of climate change and coal needs to be done wisely.
What we don't want to see is devastation to our economy when Indiana in particular puts forth a very insignificant amount of carbon when you consider it globally.
Already, the push against coal has had its impact.
There have been a lot of layoffs in the coal industry as of recent, 130 from Sullivan County.
As the coal industry attempts to coexist under climate change regulations, efforts are already underway to reduce emissions.
Indiana's carbon dioxide emissions have continued to decrease over time, yet the global emissions and the monitors show that it continues to increase.
Angeline Prodiger represents Duke Energy, and she says the importance of reducing carbon in the air is important, but not at the cost of immediate reaction.
In recent years, nearly 90% of our energy has come from coal, and we believe consumers on our system would be hurt if we have to meet carbon regulations very quickly.
The transition may be slower than some would like, but it's not being taken lightly.
We need more diversity on our system, that our customers would be hurt if we have to comply with carbon regulations very quickly. You can't build new power generation overnight. It takes long-range planning.
The slow, steady transition to responsible and more diverse energy resources is important, and the Wabash Valley's efforts to slow climate change is important.
But so are the 3,500 and 4,000 coal mine jobs and the impact to local communities, the schools, the public services, the police force, medical and such is going to be traumatic if we do not maintain the coal industry here in Indiana.
It's becoming obvious the transition to reduce carbon emissions will be a painful one. Our economic security and lifestyles may be overturned in the process, but the consequences of doing nothing could be equally devastating. Tomorrow night, we'll take a look at some of the things you can do to minimize your carbon footprint.